the officials, Stu Holland, Ed T. Rush, and Dan Crawford. Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaquille O'Neal will go on the opening tip. And Robert Horry of Houston controlling. Kenny Smith loosening up as he moves across midcourt. Mario Elie, Clyde Drexler, and Hakeem handles for the first time. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And right away, Hakeem looking around, seeing if the double team was coming. It didn't. The magic will come, however, when Hakeem puts the ball on the floor. Shaq wants to take away the middle from Hakeem, make him take the jumper on the baseline.
And the foul is called. Shaquille making the turn, going for the jump hook, and took the hit from Clyde Drexler, who came over to help.
Sometimes you get so excited at the start of these games, you forget what you want to do. Hakeem did a good job of pushing Shaq away, and then Clyde comes in and fouls a guy before he's ever even made a shot in the game.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal on a tear at the line. He was 6 for 8 in game 1.
He'll be teaching Nick Anderson next.
Oh, a low blow here from Bill in the opening minute, Matt.
Well, Shaq has had his ups and downs, no question about it, from the free throw line throughout these playoffs, and he's got to be very happy with that start.
So the Magic with a 2-0 lead. Horry played by Grant. Drexler. And O'Neal with the rebound.
2 shots, neither one of them close, neither one of them good offensive looks for Houston.
Hardaway gives it back. O'Neal.
Well, you don't see that shot too often, but I think Shaq is going to try to do everything. I think he wants to put a lot of pressure on Hakeem at both ends of the floor. He knows if he can get Hakeem in foul trouble, his job will be easier.
Anderson with the steal. Scott for 3. Dennis Scott trying to find the range, coming off 3 of 10 in game 1. Drexler posting up. Olajuwon for the crossover, and from out deep.
Whoa, that's unbelievable. That man is 7 feet tall, and he looks dwarfed next to Shaq. That's a face-up jumper from 19 feet.
Game is tied at 2. Scott with no one on him, coming up short on the 3-point attempt. Drexler got the step. Rebound, Olajuwon. Pops it back out. Here's Smith for 3. Horry wanted to slam it in one motion and was very fortunate to keep it alive. Olajuwon, yes.
Even though that shot fell for Hakeem, it is one of his pet moves, but that's the shot that Shaq would rather see him shoot. Take that little fadeaway going towards the baseline. That way, he's not a passer, he's not a rebounder. When Hakeem gets to the middle, he can make his teammates better.
Hardaway.
Terrific defense. Horry coming in from the weak side.
Drexler on the run. Well, Clyde Drexler missed his last 7 shots going back in game 1. Rockets with a 6-2 lead, and Orlando taking a 20.
Hakeem Olajuwon in the low post, working so effectively. The little hitch right and come back the other way. Freezes the defense momentarily, but notice the extra arc used on that shot. Drexler, though, who turned his ankle in the second half, his left ankle, he's got it heavily taped tonight. He told us before the game that he's really got a lot of pain in that ankle. Hopefully he'll be able to explode off it. Clyde Drexler, like Hakeem, like Shaq and Penny Hardaway, just the toughest guys in the world out there playing through the pain.
Well, that open floor dimension that Clyde Drexler brought to the Rockets, they always did like to run. They are just that much better now because Clyde can do that, finish in the open floor, and also he's an excellent passer in fast break situations.
See the stat line on Clyde Drexler. It was done for the most part in quarters 2 and 3 on Wednesday night. He did not score after the 3rd quarter. Horace Grant. And the tip missed by O'Neal.
And again, Hakeem forced a block out rather than grab that rebound himself.
And the ball back to Orlando on the turnover.
Well, right after I said Clyde Drexler, an excellent passer on the break. Actually, he mishandled the ball in the middle that time. And by the time he caught up and got a handle on it, Kenny Smith was already by where he wanted to throw it.
Orlando 0 for its first 6. Shaquille called for steps.
Basketball is all about balance and quickness. A man of that size, Shaq, one of the probably the 5 biggest people on the entire planet of 5.5 billion people, got his head a little bit too far committed.
And it goes right back the other way on an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, number 34.
Olajuwon called for the illegal pick.
Well, on a simple little pick and roll situation, Hakeem has to be very careful with fouls. You just don't expect a player of that caliber to pick up a foul in that situation. He doesn't even have to set a great pick. He's just looking to spot up to the open area.
Olajuwon with his first. O'Neal off the double team. So Shaquille able to power his way on the Rockets with a 6-4 lead. Olajuwon spinning and giving it up to Ellie. Rebound, O'Neal. Mario Ellie, you recall, got off to the slow start the other night and then came on in strong fashion. They double up on Shaquille. Hardaway with the head fake. Whoa.
And that's what the Magic want to look to do more of. When the ball comes out of the double team, don't just always settle for a 3 or a perimeter shot. If there's a seam there, take it and challenge the defense at the rim.
Game is tied at 6. Drexler banking his way. Nick Anderson with no answer on that move.
Well, I think the Magic do not want to let a Drexler or Olajuwon get that close to the basket before a double team. But when you do get that close, you just can't get down there in time.
Anderson with the rebound. And Ellie sweeps it. Drexler for Horry. Robert Horry with the left-hand stuff. Rockets 10, the Magic 6.
Houston is rebounding so much better tonight. They realize that Hakeem is not going to be able to get every rebound.
Gone by in this first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Olajuwon fouled. It was hacked by O'Neal. And a timeout is called. 6:37 remaining in the first. The Rockets by 4.
The NBA Finals continue. Game 3 Sunday at 6.
Well, there's Nick Anderson who missed the 4 critical free throws in the final 10 seconds of regulation in Game 1. Obviously, a very tough ordeal for Nick. We talked about that with him.
Well, you know, as you know, I've been in that situation several times, and I come through, whether it's free throws or a basket. And after I missed the free throw, I'm saying to myself, Nick, this isn't you shooting free throws, you know. But after the game, you know, the most important thing, you know, I heard, you know, my mother came to me and said, well, you've done it before. You know, it just didn't happen for you tonight. And when I got that comfort from her, I'm saying, well, everything's all right then.
And there is his mom, Alberta Anderson. His teammates also have been extremely supportive.
Marv, Nick Anderson is a 70% shooter on the season. The odds of someone going 0 for 4 in that situation, less than 1%. So the Magic had greater than 99% chance of winning that game, and they did not.
Is that from a professional mathematician?
Yes, it is.
I asked that because I know it is. You were supplied that information.
Oh, I can